Hey everyone, I'm back. It's Tuesday morning actually. I have a bunch of errands to run today, so I'm filming early. So excuse the clearing my throat because my allergies are worse in the morning. Okay, just making sure you guys are in. Yep, you're in. Today I'm going to be doing a commission piece. And everything today is going to be yellow. It's all about yellow today. I have tile down. This is an 8-inch. And I have the back taped off. Something that I realized through all of my Christmas making these trivets is with the resin, if you don't want to have a bunch of problem getting the tape off the back, tape them before you paint. What I've realized is that the resin, or the tape sticks really hard to acrylic paint. So if there's acrylic paint on the back of your trivet from pouring, it's going to be much harder to get that tape off. So if you tape it first and then do your paint, do your resin, it comes right off. Very clean, no problems. Just a little trick, a little resin trick. All right, I'm going to put down my base coat, which I've thinned. Just used my bottle color of gray, Artist Loft gray. Thinned it down so that it's no mound. And that's how you want your base paint to be. Nice and thin. If you mix your paints correctly, you have enough binders in there that it won't crack. And make sure you get it, enough of it paint off of there. You just want a nice thin layer. So I'm just moving it around right now. To move it out before I go over the corners. So I had to laugh at myself yesterday. One of my errands today is I have to go to the post office to ship off some pieces. And in the garden, that really pretty floral one that I did, I sold. And I've been, waiting for it to dry and waiting for the varnish to dry. And so yesterday it's ready to go. And I got it all boxed up, but I had to laugh at myself. I don't know if anybody else gets this way, but I got emotional seeing that blank space on the wall where I had it hanging in my kitchen entryway area. And it's still blank. I still haven't put anything up because I'm sad. But I'm happy that it's going to a home, a good home. I don't know if it's, I sound like I'm giving away a pet or something. But it's funny. It'd be interesting to hear from you guys if you guys get emotional about letting go of your pieces. That one I was especially fond of. Okay, this is just a bottle. We're doing a bottle bottom flower today. And you can tell I've used this one over and over and over again. But it's got the 5 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's where the grooves are is what makes the petal. So I'm just going to put that down in the center of my wet paint. And I'm going to be using several different kinds of yellows and then gold and white in there also. Oh, you know what? I don't have my white. Where are you, white? I thought I had it over here. Well, that's interesting. I don't see it. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to put white in a little bottle. No, that's not going to work either. What happened to my white? Hold on, I'm going to go look for it. Okay, I'm back. I found it. Sorry about that. Amateur hour here. Jeez. I thought I had everything set up and ready to go for this morning, but apparently I forgot the white. Okay, so let's go. I'm trying to decide what I want to start with. I think I'm going to start with just the basic yellow. This is Cad Yellow Medium. I can't remember. I didn't write on here who it's by, so I believe it's Liquitex Basics. So just make sure when you put the paint on, that your petals are even, or pretty even. And so that, yeah, okay. And you want to have a contrasting color, you know, as you go. This is Naples Yellow, Artist Loft Naples Yellow. Okay, I'm going to go in with, I think I have the gold. This is my 14 karat gold. I love yellow on a gray background. It just really shows it off. All right, let's go in with some white. I'm just going to do a little bit of white. I don't want a heavy layer. And this is Arteza Indian Yellow. I still haven't figured out how to say that word. Everybody says it different. Those two bottom petals for some reason, whoops, I'm dripping. Two bottom petals for some reason are, well, now I've got them bigger than the rest, are not coming out the same. All right, she's looking pretty. Let's go with a light, this is a cool yellow. When you put it next to the Cad Yellow, you can tell that it's on the cooler side. And it's lighter too. It's Arteza's Lemon Yellow. Good contrast for that dark yellow that I just put on. Okay, I think I want to go with one more round of gold, and then we're going to be done. Run off a little bit. I'll pop some bubbles while I'm here. It's been really cold here in Arizona. I know you guys on the East Coast probably laugh at us when we say that, you know, 65 degrees is cold, but for us it's cold. And these tiles get really cold. So it's been interesting working this winter with the paints. I think they do a lot better when it's warm. Okay, let's take that bottom bottle off. Keep your other hand right next to you. So when you pull it up, you can put your hand underneath there so you don't get drips. All right, now there's a big hole in the middle, right? So what I do is just let that kind of come back in a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a couple rings of color. You don't want to go in with too much because then you're going to pull it in together. So just a couple rings. The drip. Are you going to drip or not? Okay. Have it your way. Oh, I'm going to do the Cad Yellow. Let's go with a little bit of gold just for the center. All right. And then I'm going to take my skewer I like to use the blunt end. It gives you a little bit more movement than the skinny end. Uh-oh, I just dropped something in there. Okay, and I'm going to pull from the opposite of the middle of the petals. So in between the petals, I'm going to pull in. Make sure you wipe your skewer after every time. So basically what you're doing is making a flower inside of a flower. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of, I think the cad yellow just in the center. And then swirl that up a little bit. There you go. Now here's where, everybody has a different, I'll get that out of there, a different take on what they want their flower to look like. I could go in and pull those. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on the flower. I really like how this one is looking, so I think I'm going to leave it alone. But I want a little bit more yellow in that center. Okay. And I want to take out, I'm just going to touch very lightly that drop of paint there. And this little drop of paint here, let me see if I can get it with the skewer. There we go. Okay, I'm going to give it one last torch. And remember that gold that looks brown, that's going to dry really blingy. So it's going to be really pretty when it dries. No worries. I think I want to pull these out a little bit, just a little bit. Just going to pull the insides out. Yeah, I like that better. Okie doke. Let me give these sides, clean them up so they don't pull my flowers off the edge. You can tell I stopped before my flower went off the edge. So there you go. Hopefully you guys have got a pretty good close-up there. It actually looks prettier. They always look prettier in person. The camera, for some reason, does weird things to the colors. All right, let's put that one out of the way. Now we're going to do a Dutch blow. Well, I don't know what what I have decided to call them, but I'm going to do some blown flowers. How about that? So I've got my next tile. These are a little bit smaller. My husband went and bought, he delivers to Home Depots and Lowe's every day. So he picked these up for me yesterday, and when he got them home, they're a little different, but that's okay. They will be fine. All right, so I'm going to mix up some of these yellows. For the Dutch pour, you need them to, or for the blown flowers, you need them to be like Dutch pour consistency. So I need to get them out of my bottles and thinned out a little bit. And I decided this a couple days ago that I was going to do. I wanted to do some blown flowers in yellows. I'm going to try and keep them on the really light side. I just think they'll be nice and delicate on the white background. So I've got my colors in the cups, just a little bit, because you don't need a lot. And if you mix too much, then you're going to end up having to put it back in the bottles, which is fine. I do that, but it does thin down your other colors. So I'm just putting a little bit on top of the Deco Art. This is satin varnish. I actually grabbed the wrong bottle, but it's fine. The satin varnish is fine too. Actually, any kind of GAC 800, pouring, not pouring medium, any kind of varnish in your cups help with the, because you have to add water to these to thin them down. So if you put a little bit of varnish or something in there, it helps when they when you add the water for them not to break down too much. All right, so I've got those. I'm gonna stir them up. Stir in that varnish. Wow, it's nice and quiet here this morning. Of course, we are out in the middle of the desert. But about 15 minutes ago, it was pretty noisy because we had the garbage trucks running by. All right, then I'm just going to put a splash of water in each one of these. Just a little bit to thin it down. The reason you're thinning it down is so when you blow, the paint moves. So you don't want any mound. You don't want them to be so thin that they just dissipate, but you also don't want a mound. So check your consistency before you add the water. See, that one's got a mound. After a year of pouring, this is my 51st video, so next week will be my year of videos, but I've been pouring a little bit longer than that. And actually, I used to do similar things with acrylic paint without all the additives in them when I was doing watercolor. So I've been doing this a long time, but in different ways. I got too much water in that gold. The gold you want to be a little bit on the thicker side, and I'm not even sure I'm going to use this gold, but we'll see. Okay, so I've got those. I've got one more, which is the Indian yellow. Same yellows that I used before. The Indian yellow, the lemon yellow, cad yellow, medium, and gold. I'm not going to use the Naples yellow. All right. Get the sticks out of there so they're not in my way. I reuse my sticks, by the way. I don't know if I probably have said that before, but over and over and over, use my sticks. Reuse them. All right, my base paint is just my regular base paint because it's already pretty thin. So let's put that down. I'm going to pour it back into the container so I don't waste it because I am getting really low on white. That's another one of my errands today is I have to run to Michael's. Last time I was there, they were out of the big, I like to buy the big container of the Artist Loft Flow White, and they were out of it. So hopefully they got some stuff in. I don't know about your Michael's, but our Michael's was really depleted after the holidays. I kind of complained to them because they were out of the Artist Loft. They were out of varnish, which I needed badly. They were out of, the foam brushes that I used to do my varnish. They've been out of the big ones for quite a while. Okay, just make sure that you get a lot of that white paint off. I'm going to give it a hard tilt. Just to see if there's any extra on there. Yeah, there was a little bit. Okay. You want that base coat to be nice and thin. You can always touch up your edges later. Okay, I think I have everything I need. So I had done this in a pink version, so I'm kind of going to do the same type of thing. And I haven't done these in a little while, so bear with me. We might have to scrape a couple times. All right, let's start up here. That still feels thick to me for some reason. No, it's good. All right, let's start up at the top. I'm going to do a little puddle. These are going to be little flowers, although I think I put too much there, but give a little bit of the Indian yellow, just a touch. And I forgot to mix up my green. Today I'm using the peridot. I wanted a light green. Let's see, a little bit of varnish. And a little bit of water. Yeah, I don't want to thin that down too much. Okay, a little bit of the peridot. All right, then we're going to blow. Yeah, that was a little bit bigger than I wanted, but that's okay. We'll do these other ones smaller. I guess that one went there on its own. I'm going to do a little bit of this lemon yellow on the top. I'm going to leave that one alone. Let's see. Probably see better if I pour from that side. I am pouring left-handed though, so that's probably why I'm getting the double drip there. And too much green. Yeah, we might be scraping this one. We'll see. I just gave that a hard torch, and what that does is it creates the little airy pockets of white that come up through. You have to be careful you don't burn your paint when you do that. Yeah, I think I like this one, actually. Give it a little bit more of a blow. I'm going to add a little bit more of that green for the stems. very lightly on the little ones. And this is going to spread out a little bit. See how when I do that, it creates those little, gives it like an airy look to it. One, two, three, four, five. I like to have an odd number going on. I think I want to add some stems in there. I want to pull that down a little bit. Did I say stems? I want to add some leaves. When you're doing your leaves pull, you want to pull up and out so that you get that pointy edge. And these are more, you know, kind of abstract flowers. So, you know, when you're putting in your leaves and your stems and just, you know, just a little bit, you just want it to be kind of abstract. You don't have to be exact. All right. I'm not happy with this thick stem here. That's why I keep playing with it. I got too much. There we go, that looks better. Just pulling some of that white in there. All right, guys. Yeah, that will, I don't know if it's going to spread out very much, but it's a pretty little yellow trivet. Lots of cool stuff going on. So that will be it for today. And hopefully you guys learned something. Enjoy the video. If you could please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, that would be wonderful. Check your setting on your notifications so you make sure you get all my videos. And I will put everything, colors and recipes in the drop down. If you just click on that little arrow, all of the information will be there for you. So have a great week, you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks. Bye-bye.